Hey everybody, my name is Kyle Knott and I am not your average finance guy. I'm going to bring you some things that they're not going to teach you in high school. You're not going to see commercials about it. It's a little more of the off the wall kind of investing, get out of debt, wealth building type of thing. So follow along if you like what you're hearing. And today we're going to talk a little bit about 77% of all people with a net worth of at least $1 million, so millionaires, own some sort of real estate. I came across this stat. I don't remember where it was at, but they own some sort of real estate. Now they might own a rental property. They might be part of an investment group who owns a big multifamily complex. They might own a REIT, a real estate investment trust. It's kind of traded more like a stock, but they pay a lot more dividends. So there's other things. You don't really have to own. I know a lot of people that live in California and they're like, I can't own any rental real estate in California because it's just nuts to buy it versus what it could rent for. It doesn't make any sense. So what a lot of people are literally in California is going to, I did a video a couple of weeks ago on the Real Wealth Network, and that was basically started by a California couple who couldn't invest in their own backyard. So they found other areas around the United States that made sense. They cash flow, they're affordable, and other ways to get started investing in real estate. So if you're in a heavy market like that, if you're in the San Francisco Bay Area, I know real estate is just crazy out there. So you go to, I've got stuff in Alabama. Okay. It's not expensive to buy. The rents are good. The appreciation, it's not going to skyrocket in appreciation like other parts of the country, but I don't care because I'm getting a check every single month. So if you haven't looked into real estate, if you've been following me, I talk about it quite a bit. I would encourage you to look into doing something with real estate. It's just, it grows in 5 different categories. It's not just if the house appreciates and it's not guaranteed. It might appreciate, it might not. It usually history tells us that it does appreciate if you just give it long enough. Even if you bought in 2007 and everything crashed out from under you in 2008, we are now finally back where your house is worth more than what it was back then. Granted, it took a long time, almost 15, 20 years to be able to get there, but I think that it's a strong investment and it will come back. And as long as you're making some money on it, I'm not talking about investing in your house. Go buy some big, huge mansion that is going to cost you. Like Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, says that your house that you live in is not an asset, it's a liability. Assets bring you money, liabilities cost you money. So I'm not counting your own house as that. A lot of people, Grant Cardone is a huge real estate investor, and he is a big proponent of don't own your own house. He thinks you should rent your own house and go invest everything else and buy houses that other people live in. Now that's him. I own my house. I don't think where I live it makes much sense. Real estate isn't that expensive where I'm at. It's cheaper than paying rent. So why would you own it? After 30 years, you're gonna own it outright. So that's my thoughts on that. But if you can find a rental property and buy it right, you don't have to get a smoking hot deal, but make sure that the numbers work. It's your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. As long as those are your 4 things, and you're still going to have some other things that are going to cost you that you have to think about. Who's going to mow? Who's going to do snow removal if you're in a winter climate? Who is going to take care of the water heater when that goes out, the furnace? So you're going to have some maintenance to it. If you are a homeowner, you know that everything isn't perfect all the time unless you have a brand new house, but in 7-8 years, stuff is going to start to go bad, and you're going to have to start repairing and replacing and doing some things like that. So just make sure you've got all your costs covered. And at the end of the day, if rent, an honest market rent, you're not trying to rape anybody, but the market will bear what the market will bear. So if your costs are $1,000 and market rent is $1,400, go ahead and ask for $1,400 rent and get a good family in there, and hopefully they stay for multiple years, and you can bump rent a little bit because your cost and taxes are going to go up, insurance is going to go up, stuff goes up. We're not trying to get rich on the back of these renters, but they don't want to own, or they can't own, or I'm not sure what they've got going on, where maybe they listen to Grant Cardone and they want rent. Provide them a good, solid foundation place to rent at a decent market price, and they will happily pay that asset off for you. So that's an asset. 77% of all millionaires own real estate, and that's the quick and dirty how you do it. So I mean, you don't have to. There are other ways to get super smoking hot deals. I get calls all the time because I don't live in Alabama. I live in Northern Illinois, and they can see on the title that I'm an out of state owner and that I'm a renter. They assume that I'm renting it, and they assume that everything's going terribly. So I get literally junk calls all the time from Alabama. I was like, oh, Alabama, nope, Dwight, I'm not answering that, because they just want to, hey, we'd like to buy your house. I'd want to give you a cash offer and all that. And it's way lower than what the market would bear if I just put it on the market and sold it. So you can go that route. You can start calling people, and I mean, they call all the time. So they're obviously getting deals that way. You can send out mailers. You can just look at realtor.com or Zillow or whatever, Redfin, and whatever's big in your area, and you can look for deals there. Just I would encourage you, if you're looking at getting into real estate, just get on one of those websites and start running all the numbers. I'll put my email up here. Shoot me an email and I'll send you the spreadsheet that I use personally. It accounts for everything, all the money in, all the money. It helps you think about all the money that could possibly go out. And it accounts for, vacancy. I know that people aren't going to live there for 30 years. That'd be great if they did. Some of them are actually getting close. But if someone actually moved into a house, I got a 30-year loan, and they live there for all 30 years. At the end of the 30 years, they move out. They got nothing, and I have a paid-off house. Like that'd be crazy, but it's not going to happen. They'll hopefully stay for 5 years, but I got a 1-year lease, so I had a little bit of vacancy. I know at some point they're going to move out. It's going to take some refreshing. It's going to take some paint. It's going to make money. Okay. All that cash flow that you got doesn't automatically just go to your bottom of your pocket and stay there. So there's a lot of other costs you have to look at, and I'd be happy to share that spreadsheet. It kind of helps to, well, no, we don't need this one. If you got a duplex, you might have to hire somebody to mow. If you have a single family house, then what I do is like, all right, you're living here, then you're responsible for mowing. This is basically your house. So you have them, so that's not an extra cost. So kind of depends on what type of property you're looking for as well. So that's just a couple of my thoughts on. I came across this quote the other day and wanted to just talk on real estate a little bit and encourage anyone out there that follows me to do this is what I'm doing. And it's been the greatest financial decision I think I've ever made. And after I got into real estate, I figured out the infinite banking concept, and that has helped me buy even more real estate. So it's a different way to get your money working in two places at once. Happy to talk to you about both those items. So reach out if you got any questions, and hope I can help, and good luck, everybody.